All right, welcome back, Sports Aholicz, to another podcast. We have a special guest, Johnny Sugarcane Cañas from Golden Boy Promotions. Thanks for showing up, man. I know it was a little bit of short notice, but thanks for making up the trip. Go ahead and if you want to introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are.
So guys, I'm Johnny Cañas from Santa Ana, CA. I train here in Jerome Center with Alexis Rocha. I just made my professional debut May 27th. Got my first win. So I'm excited. Thank you for Sportaholics for having me today. My first podcast ever, so see how I do.
Yeah, pretty exciting. So you just mentioned born and raised in Santa Ana, California. Tell us a little bit about your childhood. A lot of people, their childhood kind of it based that whole boxing aspect. A lot of kids grow up in rough neighborhood. They get introduced into boxing. Was that your case?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was a knucklehead in school, so I was always fighting in school, and I was really good at fighting. So my mom was always coming to school, picking me up out of school because the principal suspended me for fighting. So I turned that into you know what? My mom was like, I'm gonna put you in a boxing gym. So she introduced me to Hector Lopez, my head trainer and coach, and I walked into the gym at 15, and ever since then, my mom told him, Johnny's really good at fighting. He's ready right now. My first day at the gym. So we went, and Hector's like, all right, we'll see about that. Hector. And the next day, I came, my first day sparring. I sparred some guy named Augustine. He beat the shit out of me. And also Marco, he beat me up. Those were my first sparring partners. And Hector, I remember I got hit with a nice body shot. And he's like, I told you. He's like, you're ready, right? And I was laying on the floor. I was like, I'm good. But over time, from sparring great fighters, I just started getting better and better and better. And I proved my name, and now I'm here at Golden Boy. Just made my professional debut. It was an amazing experience. I'm so happy that, I got my first win out the way. That's the biggest step in anything, amateurs or professional fighting. So just that step,
Your amateur career, you only had 20 fights, correct?
It was 13.
13 fights. So
13 amateur fights.
13 amateur fights. Tell us a little bit about your amateur career and how, having such a short amateur career, do you think it kind of, I don't want to say you weren't as prepared to jump into the pros, but talk about your amateur career and
my amateur career. I went amateur after a year of training. I got my first win. I went all the way to 10-0 as an amateur, and then I fought my very first U.S. Men's Olympics trials. Not trials. I forgot how all that goes with the amateurs, but it was my national fight. It was the U.S. Men's Open, and I only had 9 amateur fights, and I fought the number 2 the first day. With only 9 amateur fights, I beat him, and then I fought the number 1, and I lost by 1 point. My 1 point was a split, so it was a very close fight. I thought I did enough to win that fight, but it's politics and amateurs. They know that guy way more than me. So unfortunately, I lost my very first, or not my first, but the second round going into the qualifiers. And then, but I fought great fighters with a short amount of amateur fights. So, I proved my name, but also it's not even about the amateur fighting either. I sparred a lot of great names, from Ronnie Rios to Alexis Rocha, Luis Neri, Raymond Winataya, Brandon Lee. The list goes on, I never ducked anybody, If someone wants to spar with me, I want to spar with them,
Yeah.
If I feel you're really good, I want to spar you, That's just the mindset I have as a fighter.
Exactly.
Growing up, I wanted to prove myself, so it don't matter if it's Floyd Mayweather, I want to spar you,
Yeah. So you signed with Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Correct.
Take us through that whole signing a contract situation, that whole process. And what advice would you give an amateur fighter who's trying to look for that contract, who's trying to make it to the pros? And can you kind of differentiate the amateur fighting style compared to the pro
style? It's a lot different.
Yeah.
But my advice to the amateurs that want to get signed, is just stay in the gym, obviously, but be patient. Also, a lot of networking is a very important role in fighting. You got to know, but you also got to be great. You got to put in the hard work. You got to, you just got to get out there, put yourself out there. So my opportunity was one day, there was a thing called Bally's. It was a sports thing for testing boxing and stuff. I had sparred an undefeated professional. He was 6-0 with like 5 knockouts. And I only had 8 amateur fights at the time. And Oscar De La Hoya was there. And I sparred in front of him. And I beat the shit out of that guy. I beat the crap out of him. And then after I got out of the ring, I said, "Hey, Oscar, when are we going to spar?" I was like, "I want to spar you, bro." And he started laughing. He's like, "This guy?" He's like, "This guy's fearless." And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to spar you." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll do it." And I was like, "If I knock you out, you let me drive your Ferrari." He's like, "All right." But we still haven't sparred to this day, but I'm going to get him to spar me soon. But yeah, so I met Oscar that day. He started following me. And since then, he just seen the progress. And he was interested. And, he made the best decision he can make for Golden Boy by signing Johnny Cañas from Santa Ana, CA.
Wearing blue trunks trimmed in orange and white, he weighed in 136 and 1/2 pounds. Tonight, this young man makes his professional debut from Santa Ana, California. Here is Sugarcane, Johnny Cañas!
So you have your first pro fight.
Right.
What was the game plan going into that fight? Because we saw you fought a fighter who has never gotten stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much you hit him with everything.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going down. Your mentality was going in there and getting that KO?
Yeah, it's sometimes when you're making a professional debut, everyone expects you to knock someone out and this and that, I just went in there, I stuck with the game plan, just box. But at the end of the day, he was a tough guy, he didn't come down. He didn't come over there to lay down. Like, he really fought his ass off, and I, give my respects to him. He's one of those fighters, like Hector told me, they're the ones that keep taking the shots and they keep coming and coming and coming. Sometimes you could fight an undefeated fighter, and they're easier than fighting guys like Al Loco, that was his nickname. But yeah, he was a crazy guy, but he could take a shot, and respects to him, But I heard him a few times in the fight, like 3 or 4 times, but he's just a survivor, and he came to fight, and but it's all a great learning experience, and I'm excited. I'm glad I got those rounds. It's everything a fighter needs. So, sometimes knocking them out too early doesn't do nothing for you.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to put that work in. His style was weird. He kind of threw was it a spinning back fist?
Yeah.
And for Cañas, this is going to be good. You'll never see that again.
Those mind games.
You're never going to see a guy spin move in a punch.
Yeah, I remember, I think that was the 3rd round. I don't know, but I was backing up, I was just moving, slipping, and I just seen him spin. I'm like, this guy, what the hell? It's his awkward style that really throws a fighter off. You could fight a great fighter and do good, and then you just fight those really sloppy fighters. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to fight a way to win.
Yeah.
If it's sloppy, great fighter, technician, at the end of the day, I still walk away with a dub, and that's all that matters, It's the styles that make fights,
Exactly.
So, I'm glad I got that awkward style, so now I know what to deal with for next time.
Yeah. Was fatigue an issue? Do you think that you kind of went too hard in the first couple rounds to try to get that knockout, where you kind of felt gassed towards the end?
Nah, you know what? I wasn't tired. It was more that the awkwardness, like I said, threw me off. So it was just really messing up my timing and shit. But no, I wasn't tired, bro. I could have fought him longer rounds, but just sometimes the awkwardness kind of just makes everything doesn't go to plan.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
How would you rate your performance in that fight, and pretty much what would you have done different if there was anything you had done different in that fight?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to change anything. There's just those fights that, at the end of the day, you get a dub. You always find a way to win. So that's me. I always find a way to win. So I wouldn't change nothing, because I love the way I fight, and, I always do my best, and that's all that matters. There's nothing else I could have done, But definitely use my jab more, for sure. That's one of them. That's the main important one. I could beat someone alone just with my jab. So I just need to not abandon it, not be shy with it, use it more. So I definitely plan on using my jab for more of these fights. So, but I'm glad I got the first one out the way, you know.
Yeah.
And now I know what it feels like to be a professional fighter.
Exactly. That's one of the things that you have those nerves going in. You know, I want to get that first.
Yeah, you know, honestly, it's not the nerves for me. Like I really enjoy fighting, because like this is what I can control in my life.
Yeah.
Everything else in life outside the ring is just, you know, you can't control it. But when you're inside the ring, you get a sense of control. So I like that feeling that I'm able to control what's the outcome. So, you know, this is why I love fighting. You know, so this is my life. So I'm never gonna be scared. But yeah, the nerves will be there, but never where it's gonna make me, you know, fall or nothing. You know, it's never gonna be my downfall ever.
So, would you consider your speed, your power, your technical style, like your the most, I want to say, your advantage? Would it be the power? Would it be speed? Would it be your movement? What would be your strong point?
It's a combination of everything. You know, I'm 6'1" at the 135-pound division, so I'm very tall, and I'm also very fast, and I can also punch very hard. So I think I punch like a heavyweight, to be honest. Shit, I can go fight a 165-pounder right now. And I'll still beat him. But yeah, I feel like my power and my speed is a big role, and my height, you know, but also my ring IQ. For only 12 or 13 amateur fights, I have a really great ring IQ, you know, from sparring with, moving around with great guys.
Yeah. So what's next for Sugarcane? You got your first win out of the way, first fight. What do you look forward to accomplishing in this weight division? 135, which is, you know, a pretty stacked division.
Yeah, there's a lot of great talents in that 135-pound division, but me right now is just focus on myself, get as many fights as I can this year, stay busy. That's the number one thing for a professional fighter, is to stay busy. It's the greatest thing a professional fighter could do, just starting out, you know. Stack up as many fights as you can and stay busy. And inactivity is what kills a lot of fighters. So I want to make sure I stay busy and fight a lot of good fights, and we'll see by next year what Golden Boy has in store for me. So I'm excited, you know, just stay busy and stay working hard.
That's good. Yeah, inactivity for sure will kill, you know.
Yeah, I've seen it with great fighters. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Even some of my idols, you know, I've seen, when's he gonna get back in the ring? He gets back in the ring, he looks sloppy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the ring inactivity that really messes with the fighter.
Who would be your fighter right now that you look up to, that not only you look up to, but you kind of try to imitate his, you know, like his boxing skills?
Right. I really like Alexis Rocha. That's one.
Yeah.
He's a really great fighter. He's very strong. He knows how to throw his punches together, switch up the speeds, and I know firsthand because, you know, I get to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great experience. But for me, you know, I don't really have a lot of favorite fighters. As a boxer myself, I don't like watching boxing. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of boxers will tell you they don't like watching fighting either. I don't actually sit down and watch fighting. Like, if there is another fighter that I do like that's active right now, it would probably be David Pacheco. He's very tall. So I kind of want to pick up things off him because I'm tall.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like watching him too as well. So
Pacheco, very technical, very strong fighter.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
Yeah, he uses his length, you know, as
also
advantage.
I like watching Tank as well.
Yeah, Tank.
Tank's a badass. He's a great fighter. Ryan Garcia, I like watching Ryan Garcia. He's a good fighter as well too. That fight didn't play out as well with him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He just, I mean, if you've ever taken a body shot, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't quit, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes there's just those body shots. He's just like, damn, this shit hurt.
I've taken, even with the pads at TKO, I've taken one, and that shit hurts.
Yeah, with the body shot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. So imagine with a little 8-ounce glove.
Yeah, exactly.
To the rib. Supposedly had like an injury.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand how the hell boxers could withstand that. You benefit for 12 rounds. You know, so
you gotta be strong right here. That's
mentally.
the main thing. That's all. What was it? 90% mental and like 10% physical. Exactly. It's true.
Yeah. So have you ever sat down with Oscar? Has he ever given you that advice of like, hey, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to stay away from? Or not only Oscar, but, you know, since he is your promoter, but, you know, maybe fighters, like you said, you know, Alexis Rocha, or any other guys, Coach Hector, do they sit you down? They tell you, hey, like, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do to succeed. This is what you got to stay away from in order for you to succeed.
Yeah. I have an amazing team. Shout out to Abraham Perez, Bugatti AP, Hector Lopez, Robert Villa, all my guys, Cesar Campos, amazing team. They always got my back. They always give me great advice. As a young fighter coming up, you need that advice from older people to stay straight in your lane, But, Oscar, he's giving me great advice, Oscar's an amazing person. He's before my fight at the press conference, he's like, hey, man, just remember, stay composed. It's your first fight. It's always the hardest one, he said. And he's like, just make sure to think straight and, just be calm and do what you do. And that's what he told me. So, having advice from champs like him and just a great team is a great feeling, So I have a great team around me. I can't lose.
Yeah, it's always good to have a good team, have that pretty much that support system around you.
That's one of the major things also for being a fighter is a support system. If you don't have the support, it's a lot harder. But always, having a great team makes it easier, but, you get there.
Exactly. So, you said you have a great team. Do you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors right now? Anybody that's been there for you since day one?
I want to give a big shout out to Cal Attorneys, Rancho Milde, Paleo Properties. Who else is my sponsor? Di Guerrero Design. I forgot. Solo Mobile Vaccines. They do vaccines for Frenchies and all that stuff. So make sure to give them a text.
You said that you're just gonna wait for next year to see what happens. So is like 2023 is no more fighting schedule for you this year, or?
No, I'm definitely gonna fight 4 more times this year.
Oh, okay, for sure.
4 more times. I'm gonna try to stay as busy as possible. I want to after the fight, I want to go back to the gym Monday and start the whole camp all over again.
Gotcha.
And just stay busy. So I'm excited for that. I love to just stay busy and always be in the gym.
Exactly.
I can't go 2 days without being in the gym.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel right.
It does. Yeah. TKO. You show up. As soon as you show up there, you get that. I've said it before. You get that vibe. You get that kind of motivation that you just want to work, and I mean, it just makes it that easier when you have Coach Hector yelling at your ass. Freaking.
He could be a headache sometimes, but a good one.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, like it's, we look forward to seeing more of you. We know, I've seen it personally. I know what you bring to the table. You have speed, you have power, you can use your length, you have a strong jab that you use. So I look forward to seeing more of you in these upcoming last months of the year, the last half of the year. So tell the people, what Sugarcane is going to bring the rest of 2023.
Sugarcane will bring amazing fights, great knockouts, and an exciting time. So make sure you guys tune in and watch me. I'm going to put on for the city of Santa Ana. You don't want to miss it, and it's going to be fun. So, keep your calendars ready and watch out for all the next fight dates.
And we will for sure keep you guys posted on his fight schedule. Anything pops up, we'll keep you guys posted. I want to say thank you for showing up, for coming, short notice. Really appreciate it. Everybody out there that's been supporting us, TKO, all you guys out there, thanks for coming. And you want to give the last shout outs? Go ahead, man.
Thank you, Aholicz, for having me. Amazing person. Appreciate you, Ralph. I just want to give a big shout out to SOA Marketing. DM them for car wraps, window tinting, anything you need, merchandise. And I just want to say a big thank you to my whole team. And thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.